Okay, here we are Tuesday morning. And Tuesday morning, what the heck? It's Thursday morning. And I'm looking to get on this trade here. I'm looking to get in on this. So I have a signal flashing. And I'm going to see if I can go a little further away from the money on this. Maybe I can do that. So I'm going to try to do, we went down to 6 contracts. We had a loser yesterday. So we had to go back down to 6 contracts, which is still a lot. I mean, we've scaled up super fast on these. So I'm just going to sit here and see if I can get 80. I'm just going to put the order out there for 80. Then watch it. Okay, there it is working. I'm asking 80. It's at 75 right now. I feel like we could get filled here. Come on, you can do it. I may even go to 85. If I can get 85 on this. I don't know. I'm never happy. Let's see what our other choices are. So I just have these staged here. So I have these staged down here, like just kind of sitting there just so I can see which one to go if I get a call or a put signal. I made a mistake there. Let's see, analyze opposite trade. So we're trying to get this one. Let's see if we can, if we were to go down to 48.90. If we were to come closer to the money by 5 cents, we could get 90 right now. So I just need to make up my mind here which one I'm going to go with. Maybe I'll cave in and say, okay, I'll come in by 5 points. Let's see what I can get now. I come in by 5 points. So I'm going closer to the money right now. Or I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the pricing for closer to the money. This is saying I could get 85 right now. No, it's saying I can get 90. Let's give it a minute here. Maybe it'll just kind of go up in there. Let's say I can get $1 now. So I'm just debating whether I want to try to go in by 5 more cents and get the credit, or if I want to wait where I'm at to see if the price will move up to it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move in by 5 cents. What's going on there? Oh, it's sitting there waiting for me. Okay. 95. See if we get 95. I'll push it. Push it a little bit. Okay, it's getting close up to the 90 now. So I'm asking 90. I changed my order, moved closer to the money by 5 points. Trying to get 90. It's showing 87. So I'm just sort of sitting here waiting to see if it'll go, if it can slip in there and they'll take it. Come on, are you gonna go?
Order filled.
Oh, there it went. It went at 90. Okay, so we're in. We're officially in the trade now. So this is this one. So I'm going to delete these. These are just staged trades just to see pricing. So we're into this at 90. Oh. Let's make sure that's the right strike. So 48.90. 48.90. Okay. So there we go. So we're in at 90. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to set up my automatic profit exit order to buy it back when it hits my profit target, which today was going to be 40. So 40 will give me 300. Okay, so I'm going to set that order out there, create duplicate order. There we go. Let's make sure it's working. Okay, there it is, working for 40, and we're off. So there we go. So here we go. We're officially on now. I'm going to reposition my screen. Boy, Thinkorswim seems really sluggish. Like see, that should be it's not showing the risk graph when it should be. It's just like really slow. I just restarted it. Like, see, we should be seeing that right now. Where is it? Come on. Ain't nobody got time for this. Where is it? Well, that's. I'm waiting for that to come in. Let's turn on the room. Let's go into the room. This is where I trade the Vince trader. Oh, there we go. We're up. Okay, so there's our trade. So let's go dive into the room. Eavesdrop on the trading room. We get in there every day, and I trade the Vince trade, and we all hang out. So let's just check in and see what's going on over there.
Or once it breaks that level, it's going to break out and go higher. Or I think it's going to break, or all this nonsense in their head. Or I need to know the cumulative delta, or I need some other filter, or something else has to.
Whoa, what's going on?
By the way,
here?
If the market comes down to 17,300, I don't give a crap what any other indicator is saying. Who cares? 2 times the market has bounced from there for right now. If it doesn't, I don't care. You know why? Because I want to buy more at 265. And then if it goes lower, I also don't care. Because I'll just hit the close button or stop out of it. Who cares? The thing that has to happen is you need to be as precise as possible on your entries and just rest them there and then just believe in the process. And the process is your ability to manage risk, not the outcome of the trade. Again, I think Dee is an amazing instructor. Her stuff is super more complicated than mine. I think this guy Rips is a very interesting dude. He's got all his bubbles all over his charts and all these things. There are a lot of people out there that are trying their best to help people get better at trading and manage risk. Some of them are more focused on sort of profit and the strategy and entry, but well-intended. The problem is they're just filling everyone's head with too many considerations.
Order filled.
Shit, doesn't matter. Just enter the market and then manage risk. That's all you have to do. All right, well, there you go. There's basically another day of nothing happening, which is a bummer. Dow Jones, guys, get some longs from the bid zone. We went line to line from -2 to +2s. Looks like a lot more here than it does there, right? So I'd say it's a little tough to be short here, but if you want to play this range, this is where you short. Then you kind of got issues, like, because it's a long way to get up to here. But if it all works out, we should hopefully get some two-way here this morning. Nazi's chopping around like we love it. So get back in -2s here. Did we have our 6:45 news? Did anything happen? I didn't see it. I know we have something else at 7. ISM something at 7. Are those limits on Rithmic? I might have missed a question. What limits? You're a little iffy on drawing the bid offer zones. Okay, well, on stay in your lane, you don't have to draw anything. So start with stay in your lane. Steve, do you get how on stay in your lane you're not drawing anything? You just the bid zones, offer zones are just plotted on your chart. We get that? Right? All right, so you got that. All right, so then you're probably referring to the range trader. So the range trader, you just want to, so let's use an example here on the MES. Today on the MES, there's not really a zone that I would draw in. There's some discretion you can use here. You could choose to pick like a high node from the prior profile and like somewhere in here and then draw it down the prior session low, but you don't have a zone here. You just have a level. It's 48.66. Up here though, you clearly have a zone. You see why? All we're going to do is connect these two logical back-to-back prior session highs.
Order filled.
And then when there's other scenarios where there might be a particular level, it could be T-line, it could be prior session VPOC, it could be sometimes a floor trader pivot, like an R1 or S1 or something like that. I'll do that, but for the most part, we want to keep it clean and repeatable. So that's it. Let's look at what it would look like on the Dow. The Dow, same thing. There's no, but I can look left and see that I had a zone from here. So I ain't mad if someone just connecting this here. You just come down here and just spend that all the way out to there. That's still above S1. If that's too much discretion for you, then just leave the prior session low of 245 as your level, and you don't have to mess with it. All right, I'm going to fight the ZB today, because why not? Let me show you how not to do this. We do have an extreme turn sell, so I'm going to just... The long end is falling. You got them fear, uncertainty, and doubt a little bit in the stock market. It's up slightly, but not much from yesterday's decline, and yet the treasuries are saying buy, buy, buy. So, Steve, did that answer your question? No, it's not that you don't worry about the range trader from now. No, they're two complementary strategies. Learn them both. It's just that it's just come in and practice for a little bit, and you'll get it. You'll be able to draw them in here really, really quickly. Let's look at so clear offer zone on the M2K on the Russell, and then the bid zone is just the prior session lows. So I guess the only thing to understand is that you're not always going to have a meaty zone, if you will, on the range trader, unless you want to find a way to create one, which you can. It's fine. Say it is in love. Where does R1 and S1 come from? They come from, it's a indicator that's available on every charting pack platform. It's called pivots. Just look for one that says pivots. And you go with the standard settings. You can go to Investopedia or somewhere and just look up pivots, and it will tell you it's a combination of open, high, low, close, and a little bit of math. Okay, so we had a flash PMIE thing at 8:45 Central. Now at 9 Central, we have an actual. I need a big inflationary reading so that these treasuries come in a little bit. All right, good questions here. So any other questions that we missed? Yeah, DLL is daily loss limit. We also call it our RB, or our risk budget. That's our self-imposed. Good news is that everyone got these levels here on Stay in Your Lane. All right. I'm going to take that ad off here. Come on. Come on. Help a brother out. Say it isn't love. Da, 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 da. No trades over here yet today. There goes Nazi. Let's just rest some orders into that ISM number. All right. Took a little graceful exit loss there on one of the ZB shorts. Say it isn't love. All right. I don't think we need to have this up anymore. Remember, we got... I should reach out to them. They told me I could do this too. Spotting a rally before it happens webinar. Who's doing this? Should be me. Who's this guy? Green Hammer Trading. It's a kind of cool name. Green Hammer Trading. Does anyone know who this is? It's probably talking about stocks. I never saw that before. Have you guys ever seen this before? This must be a sponsorship. I want to be a sponsor. Somebody figure out how I can do that. Oh, there's so many things I could do to help more people. Help me help you. I got a pretty good relationship with the guys over there at Financial Juice. Green Hammer Trading. That's a little bit more PC than Kermit's Dick Trading. We can't do that. Green Hammer. Actually, I could, though. I'm going to form a little trading company. Kermit's Dick. All right, keeping it PC. Let's kill that thread. No more of that. I could do the whole room as Kermit the Frog. So as you see here, what we have is the market has just surpassed the T line. And it's going up. Now, what you need to understand is the volatility profile. And then you need to stand on your head and rub your tummy.
Order filled.
I'm distracted. All right. Well, shoot. Nothing to do, folks. I'm going to rest an order down here on the Dow again. And I want to do it. I already have one live here. Okay, come on. Say it isn't love. I don't know who sings that song. Why is that in my head? Where did that come from? All right, I want to be long here, so I'm just going to pull it in a little earlier. All right, don't do this because this thing could rocket higher if we get a bad number, but let's get this in here. Remember, we need to all be rooting for the NASDAQ to get down to 220s so we can sell some puts. Sell some puts. I think 10 out of 10 trader dentists should agree that this first half an hour was dead ass simple. So you could have been not involved or traded a little bit and probably put up a positive number. We had a similar situation yesterday where it was easy for a little bit until it wasn't. Okay, let's watch this on TradingView because I see that I'm long there. And what I'm going to do is have an order at this and then just also pick the overnight lows. I think that's the overnight lows, maybe a little lower. So I just look left, put it like that. And now my target here is here. Remember, everyone's situation is going to vary a little bit. If you're not able to buy a little lower and handle this risk here, you can't buy this level. You can start here maybe or start down there. Many of you shouldn't even trade the NASDAQ, but if you were trading this, there is no long at -1 unless you can also buy -2. Once you're filled on -2, if you want to calculate what the distance to the target is, the target for me would be VWAP and the high volume node here. So let's say it's 319. Take your average price up to that target of 319 and then put a 1-to-1 ratio on and then put a stop at that level. Does everyone understand that logic? I know. It's even a little bit more work. Would you do anything different strategy-wise if trading in the afternoon after big earnings reports today? Great question, Rebecca. So we have I did a video recently that just said, kind of don't trade the afternoons. Most people's stats are that the afternoons, even if you make an adjustment to some, like the question you're asking, like is there a new strategy or different adjustment? For most people, I would suggest just kind of staying away from the afternoons. You made an investment in our group, which I love, and you're here now. So if you are able to trade the mornings and watch what we do and make some money here more easily and with less stress. Get that foundation down first, and get really good at one thing. Then the answer is yes. In the afternoons, what earnings are not. They tends to be the ability to find little micro trend trading opportunities, to buy pullbacks to VWAP or pullbacks to a +1 or -1, whether the market is moving.
Order filled.
All right, so the ZN, ooh, that was nice. So I just saw that. I got this trade live too. See that? You gotta love that. That worked. So NASDAQ screamed down, but we made a nice bit of money on that. I'm short the ZB from 123.22s in my other account. So quick little pop there. Got lucky. Now I'll sell the top again. Say it isn't love. So Rebecca, does that help? I mean, so for now, for a lot of people, I just suggest not adjusting, learning one thing, or learning how you want to operate within the context of what we're doing here. Which instrument, what makes sense under, what conditions and at what times. I'm long the Dow again. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. But I actually created this thing on. I'm gonna sell one of these. I'm gonna sell. Okay, and then the next target will be right here.
Order filled.
At 316s. What was I getting at? Oh, this strategy that you're looking at right here is just stay in your lane on a 5-minute, right? Because we can't trade this
Order filled
on TradingView. So it's a 5-minute bar, and it also has this moving average on it, which is a 34. This is what I use for trend trading, a 34 EMA on a 3 or 5-minute. Now I don't really, because I trade the Brickwicks the whole session for the most part. I don't even do that. I trade off of a DOM on another platform. but if I was to trade the afternoons consistently and was aware that a lot of the time you'll try to trade the mean reversion strategies and it'll just get to the +1s and +2s and then break out for a little while or stay outside day or what have you. And again, a lot of this depends on, is it an outside day or not, or is it inside, or how close it is to the prior session's VPOC or to T-line. Once you get all those considerations down, then you can come in here and trend trade off the 34, just a standard buy pullbacks to a moving average. It's a standard thing. So it's always easy once you can see the chart, but if I had to give you an example, when price comes back up here, breaks above, closes above this level, there's no signal until it retouches this line. So this is the first long that you'd have on that, quote unquote, different strategy. And then what's great is then now you just use the 34 and you use the +1s and +2s as targets. So you'd be long here and take target here and here. Then you'd also buy here and you took a little heat and then you'd take off here. And then technically you'd buy here and then that's where it broke. So you have to know how to, of course this is kind of the middle of the night, but at least for right now, even this thing is working, right? All right, so I'm long the MNQ over here. I thought it was up. Just a moment ago it said it was up. Oh, it's moving around. It's moving around. All right, makes for good conversation. We can
Order filled.
All right, I'm taking off my short ZBs. I just closed them. Here's what my morning looks like just in the demo accounts that you're seeing. No, actually, sorry, this account right here is that's the live IB account. This is the ETF demo account where I am trading some minis and micros. Just one though. Yeah, Matt's saying wicks are for getting some inventory on. Come on. There you go. A little impatient. Who's crushing it? Guys crushing it. Nice little move there. We knew about ISM. Didn't know what the reaction would be. And then I just sold my Dow there too. Sold the Dow. Say it wasn't love. What am I scared of? All right, I'm going to take another one right here. So if you go back and listen to a couple of the recordings from yesterday, and even if you don't, I'll just repeat myself here so that you guys can see when history will tend to repeat itself. We have some of our best, quote unquote, easiest days with what we do following range expansion days. And you get range expansion days sometimes out of nowhere. Sometimes it is that they come up with some reason afterwards, but there's just, a whole lot of buying or a whole lot of selling. Again, I can't remember, maybe it was 3 weeks ago at this point. There's some point in early January where the NASDAQ just fell like 400 points in the afternoon. Got anyone in the chat if you remember that? Do you remember that? I don't remember when it was. Like January, I don't know. It was, but it just fell like, and there was no news. There was nothing. It was some nonsense about, there was nothing. It was a series of algos that probably just stepped all over each other and created a selling crescendo, and it just happened. Those will happen again. The next day after that is fantastic because we have these big levels to work off of. So it's kind of the same thing today, and especially when it's pullbacks. I mean, thank goodness we're not continuing to have to trade new highs because now we can be both short and long, and it's always easier to be long. But I'm imagining that when we do our P&L and EC scores, we're going to see, a pretty good day for everybody, which is fantastic. The Dow cooperated. Was in it live as well. I'm just going to sell the ask here, so we'll get out of that. And then in just a moment, we'll just kind of go to teaching and training mode because at this point, for this account, I would be done. There we go. All right. So I'll leave these orders down here, but I'm going to cancel this sell the plus ones and just make it a +2 requirement. Can everyone see? Here's a quick important teaching moment because some of you guys ask about this. How would you know not to still sell 337s? You can still sell 337s. It's a level, right? If you want to campaign around a short in the offer zone here. But look here. There's nothing here. You're right in the middle of a beefy, it's just a toss-up. You guys see that? Can I get a one in the chat? You see this? Why do I want to trade the +1s right here on this candle right in here? No. Just make your criteria better.
Order filled.
Because if we come up and get short here, next stop is 381, and then you fill this whole thing in. And you're like, oh, this sucks. Why do I? So here, that's situational fluency. Don't short this. Now, I had an order resting over here that I heard just got filled. That's fine. I'm actually going to immediately cancel it. Like, immediately cancel it. Because I had put those orders in for, kind of like educational purposes. And I hope I'm not. Oh, I'm long. Look at this. I'm like the best ever. Sorry. Let me take that off there too. And now we'll just rest some orders down here. Is it this easy all the time? Of course not. Would we potentially have known that it could be this easy today? Yeah. And we have the
order filled
benefit of having a little movement in treasuries too. So that, daddy could make some money. And a perfect exit at 123.13s. I'm not gonna mess around with this long end, but I wanna on the demo account, but I'm not going to. Yes, I am. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't resist. Maybe we get lucky there. I'm not doing that live, but I am doing it in Memorex. All right. Kirill's already showing. Oh, nice day. That's a really nice day. Congratulations. Since Euros, if Euros uses commas, it's probably appropriate. Say it isn't love. All right, so there's the account, 10,823. I keep showing this because I just want to point out that it works for everything, for small live accounts too. But when I say it works, this is the only thing you can do. I can't take a $10,000 account and trade the ZB. I could. You could trade a little bit of ZN options, and you can't come in here and sling around NASDAQ or ES or whatever. Even when you're refined and you really think you have it down, you just don't have enough capital for it. But what you can do is trade a couple Dow Jones and stuff. And here's, let me bring this over. Sometimes this thing has trouble. No, right here. All right, hold on. Just want to show you this thing here, okay? All right. So MNQ, $156.88 made today. MYM, $122. So $279.04. Everybody, you guys can all do this, right? And in the prop programs, and I'm not just chirping because it's a positive day. I'm chirping because it's a positive day that I knew was going to be a positive day, and that we had all the setups that we needed to come in and go, this is the kind of day that I'm going to make some money, or I'm going to look to make some money. Because it's also the type of day that if you had a quote unquote rule that you don't trade the first 15 minutes or the first 30 minutes, and that's your rule, and that makes, which is fine. But at some point you have to get off the bunny slopes on the days in which that rule is not going to serve you well. Okay? That whole 500 thing, I've done that a bunch of times. 500 is a little too small because your risk, half your risk budget is, it's a little too small. No, we're doing those challenges every single day in these $25,000 prop accounts. We're doing them every single day, essentially. But this is possible. What's happening on some of my other screens is not possible for some of you. What John Carter does in his $10 million account is out of reach for a lot of people. And you can go ahead and say, oh, well, instead of trading 10 or 20 or 50 contracts, just trade one. Bullshit. Doesn't work like that. Your returns are not going to be the same. Your risk profile is not the same. Your ability to enter and exit is now reduced because it's a binary decision. So it doesn't work like that. You have to be able to size appropriately for the account that you're trading. And in our world now, we have the beauty of these micros. And then when you're ready, we have the beauty of just replicating with the same risk profile. Do you see how everyone should see how this is different? I can't do what I'm doing in here if I put another $15,000 or $20,000 in the account. It won't work like that. I don't have multiple accounts. The only thing I could do is increase my size. So that's why this little parlor game that's been set up by these firms is the greatest opportunity in the history of trading. And I mean that. It's the greatest opportunity in the history of trading. And we should all capitalize on it right now, because you can't open 10 accounts at 10 sub-accounts at Interactive Brokers and copy them. That's not true. You actually can, but if you do, it's going to create a lot of paperwork and mess for you, but you can actually. You can create, as long as you fund them with $15,000 minimum, and then you could copy trade them in. The problem with that is that you're going to have to pay professional data fees per account, and that's going to suck. So your cost will be $110 per month per account. All right, Dow's performing really well as well, right up at the top of the range. S&P right up at the top of the range. Everyone should have taken progress.
Order filled. Order filled.
I kind of want to start a revolution because I believe that, you know, everybody that's day trading stocks with the opportunities that are now available in these programs is just doing it wrong. They're capital inefficient. There's no reason to do that. So if you have friends that are really into this kind of thing and they still are trying to hone their chops or take money out of the markets using I want to make sure that I don't have any as the markets move higher here. Oh, this thing just kicked me out. Nice day, Brad. Brad, that's on the higher end for you, isn't it? That's a amazing day. I mentioned larger account like this. Do you do it while trading it here? Yes, I have TT up all the time on the left, but it's only treasuries. I only have 2 domes. It's ZNZB. Sorry, I have 4 domes. It's ZN, ZT, ZB,
Order filled.
and the Euro dollar. So I trade a lot of Euro dollar too. For you European folks, you can trade a little Euro dollar. It's one of the most liquid markets in the world. But the reason I can do it all
Order
at the same
filled.
time is all this stuff is rock solid. I don't have any other trading strategy for that stuff. It's literally watching the same chart. The only difference being I take pretty big positions. 80% of the time they're sell puts because I'd rather be long because the market just has a positive skew to it. And like I said, I've said this a couple times this whole year, I plan on making a lot of money this year by mostly having a long positions via short puts in the treasuries. In order for that to work out, I'm going to need to get some more significant pullbacks. I'm not loving the fact that the ZN is now, you know, held 111 for quite a while, now holding 112s, and the ZB is now up here holding 123s and potentially could be 124s. Everyone, so the chart that I look at is the 4-hour over here, as it reminds me that. So you see this? Where do you think I think it's going? I think it's going about 4. So that what that does is get this to probably back up to around 126s. This is where, and what I want to do is sell
Order filled.
out of puts at 120, but you know, doesn't always give you what you want. You can't always get what you want. Can't. But to Jim's question, that's also why I've kind of added this one account. I actually added it, this $300,000 ETF, so that I can also start working with them a little bit again. So bigger risk budget. I trade 1 mini in here. That's it, just 1 mini, and the micros and the treasuries here. So that's what led to the profit here. So that you could see a little bit of treasury stuff in an account that's appropriately sized for it. All right, so that answered that question, I think. Keep the PNLP porn going. Brad, was that one of your best days? I agree with Derek. I mean, most of the time, I mess with the MNQ in here for education and training purposes so that you can see me get. Yesterday, did anyone watch the broadcast yesterday afternoon? There were some people rooting for me to fight my way out of it, which, by the way, I did. We ended up that account up $300 after about $1,500 swings in both directions because the NASDAQ cratered. But I traded for you guys so we could show
Order filled.
nice day. So to the multitasking point, there's no reason for anyone to do any of this stuff, but here's Top Step X up $213. Here is Take Profit Trader that was connected to TradingView up $70. Here is
Order filled.
up $1,500. Here is Live Interactive Brokers up $279. This is all going on today, all at the same time. Am I some sort of effing wizard? No, I've just been doing this a long time, and I can navigate around the screens, and I can just place limit orders. I mean, that's really how it's done. No one should aspire to do anything like that. It's silly. I think at the most, maybe you have 3 relationships and a live account. At the most.
Order filled.
Maybe Bullinox, Apex, Top Step, or Take Profit, Apex, Live, or whatever, at the most. But if anyone wants to know that the TDG way works, it works in a very scalable manner. The best way to do it, of course, is just to come in, focus on certain accounts. That's what you guys are doing. Get those to where you need them to be. My motivations are a little bit different. I just want to make sure that if I'm promoting somebody like Top Step or promoting somebody like Take Profit, that the tech is still kind of good, the customer support is good, they do what they say they're going to do. The only thing that I haven't been able to validate is the live payout from certain firms because I don't get to that point. I've been paid out from Apex, Bullinox, Top Step back in the day. Top Step does what they say they're going to do. Bullinox does too. They pay you exactly how they're supposed to. Take Profit, I haven't taken a payout, but they paid me the affiliate commissions. Take Profit has a wallet, so you just go in and you just say, "Hey, give me $1,500." Anyway, great PNLP today. So Jonathan, morning, just took a short MNQ from first, that would be right here, down to VWAP. Awesome. So the quicker way to write that, we would just say plus ones, Jonathan. So we'd call this pink line's the plus one. So just was short plus one to VWAP. And that's awesome. And you know what's great is everyone in the community should understand what that means. Once you understand this, I just took a short from, -1 to VWAP. Campaigning in the bid zone, long. I use the term campaigning to mean that you're keeping a position on, could be profitable, could be non-profitable, and you're just adding and taking off right around those levels. You could also call it trading around. I think more people understand kind of trading around than campaigning. I think ask some questions if you got them here, because this is day 2, and I think for the benefit of everybody, at about 7:30, we're going to finish it just in 5 minutes, and then just shut it down, everybody. You don't need to keep trading. if you really are feeling comfortable today and you want to, let's talk a little bit about the power of quitting, right? The power of quitting does not involve a daily profit. You can put in a daily profit goal or something like that. That's fine. But that's not what the power of quitting is. The power of quitting is understanding the market conditions and such in which it would be to your benefit to quit as opposed to keep trading. And what do I mean, Rod? Well, there'll be days in which you might have been buried a little bit, or the market's far more volatile, or we're outside up and outside down, and you were in a little bit of a fight, and you got to a small green number, and that is a good day to quit. A day like today, maybe not as good a day to quit. Rod, you just said we should all quit and shut it down. Am I contradicting myself? Yes, because that's what situational fluency is. It's a series of contradictions and internal conversations that are more informed over time and positive, not negative and toxic. So if you are going to continue trading today because the market could potentially give us a lot of nice swings for a while, just look to make your entry criteria more stringent. Well, Rod, why don't I just switch to sim and keep trading? Well, the problem is if you switch to sim, it's hard for most traders to stay intellectually, mechanically honest. Oh, I'll just put on a little more size. Let me try a mini. Let me do this. Let me, fuck it. It doesn't matter. And that's not good deliberate practice. So instead, if you're going to
Order filled.
It could only be the plus twos. By the way, I'm just going to take this off on the touch of, so Jonathan was minus +1 to VWAP. I was VWAP to +1s. I'm sure you guys are seeing that the market is going in both directions. So just to finish this concept, if you're going to keep going, trade only the +2s or -2s, or trade only the prior session lows. If you say, okay, the only way I can place another trade is at prior session low, that's pretty stringent. Then you could sit there and drink coffee and watch the markets for an hour and a half. It never gets even close to prior session lows. And I think you guys are picking up what I'm putting down.
Order filled.
So, I mean, look at this. Look at that YM right there. Damn, I mean, just perfect, right? Right down to VWAP. And then right back up to +2s. ZB going the other direction, torturing me for getting in again. I'll let you have it here. Yeah, so find out more. Tom's mentioning that if you don't know how to navigate your way around the room, just really quickly, upper left-hand corner, there is a, let me just actually grab this here. There is a little structure video. It's called a tour. Is this on the notes yet? I didn't know if it was in the room notes yet. So check that out. But yeah, make sure you watch the replays. Oh, did you guys see? You see the power of AI? So I now the thing when I upload it, it automatically creates an AI generated thumbnail. So now our replays look a little more fancy here. But we got more replays than you could ever watch. It's a great way to deliberately practice. Good question that has come up is, hey, can I practice on replay mode, or can I trade in the Globex sessions and things like that? Both are fine, but I would highly recommend instead just watching these replays that are during the cash session open, 15, 20 minutes before when we get started, all the way up until about 90 minutes into the cash session. A lot more going on, a lot more learning opportunities right there. Anyone still holding a runner on the Dow? Dow runner's running. NASDAQ. Ooh, I don't want to be in any shorts or anything. It's bad enough that I'm letting this happen. By the way, this trade here on the ZB is in 100% in graceful exit mode. 100%. Doesn't mean I'm going to let it come down and hit anywhere close to this 123. I'm spotting, I'm looking at it over here and going, when I can take less of a loss than $156 or $200, I'm going to do that. This particular trade quickly and has now significantly gone against me, at least for this account size. 5 or 6 ticks is pretty significant. All right, so what else happened? Yeah, Bobby, you're picking this up. You can pay for this room for lifetime in one day. You learn how to do this, you can pay for your membership in one day. I think that's a pretty good ROI. Oh, you did add it there. Okay, so the link to that thing is under the notes. When you log in, you can see it there. All right. All right, there you go. That's graceful exit for me. Goodbye. All right, close this. I'm going to cancel all orders here. All right. Done and done. Time for a little shameless request, which is, even if you've just been here for a little bit of time, and what happened there? I don't know what this going on. If you're seeing value in what this room is doing, we want to try to spread the word. So you can come here and write a review. You don't have to be a member. Brad and Steve, who do we book for Trader Talk Tuesday on Tuesday? Do we already have a guest? So if you can come in and write a review, really appreciate it based on your experience. Hopefully you have a feeling that we're doing things differently here. I know that's kind of cliche, but we really are. All right, any other questions? I don't think we really need to keep going here. We talked a little bit about the power of quitting. Are using Maurizio's asking about TraderSync, using TraderSync to sync from Ninja to trading TraderView. I remember when we built that thing. I was involved in building that, so sorry if it's not working. I mean, I worked with Greg and those other guys on the design of it. I don't think anyone, so I didn't know people were using TraderSync still, if you're talking about that, or is it TraderSync is the, what was the name of the connector that we had between various platforms and TraderView. Oh, it's a TraderView alternative. Oh, it's an actual trade journal. Sorry. Then I was thinking of the connector. No, I don't know. Say it isn't love. All right, so let's officially do our P&L and EC scores. Let's do those since we're going to finish up. You guys already put a lot of info in there. I imagine we're going to have some big G days too. That has to be a big G day for Brad, right? That's we didn't know the outcome, but we could potentially overlay a probability profile that this was going to be a good day for what we do. All right, keep them coming. I don't see a single red number there. That's fantastic. So congratulations. So same password tomorrow. Then if you want to continue on and you haven't already done it, more than once, maybe you can come in, one more time, but if you haven't done it more than once, come here, make sure you sign up for this, and then you'll be back in the flow, and you can hang out for a little while longer. Find out more. Tom saying I could get used to this. Yeah, I get it. We want to celebrate our successes for sure. It feels good making money. We all know that. But let's also remember we want to celebrate the days like yesterday where things got a little squirrely and we had some big R days. We had a lot of small losses, but kept our emotional capital under control and no big deal. Because that's equally important. And what's a bummer is that the way we're wired as humans, almost every human feels pain and uncomfortable experiences at something like 2 to 3 to 5 to 10x pleasure and good experiences, right? So these days where we've made some money, it was all easy, are easily forgotten. And all we remember is the days in which it was more of a struggle. But there's no problem with celebrating success like that. Okay, look at Dan throwing it in. Anybody else? Any other questions that I missed? All right. Stay green, everybody. Trade like you mean it. We'll see you tomorrow. Be good, bud. Remember the power of quitting. Decide what you're going to do today, and do not let a fantastic morning turn into anything other than what it was, which was a fantastic morning. Be good. Bye-bye.
Order filled. Order filled.
And I hope the wrong one slip right through your magic fingers. And I hope we find some way to fall in love like we were. Yeah, you're the only reason I was California dreaming in the the first place. Seeing you in sundress seasons got me all up in my feelings for the old days, old days. I've got the summertime blues, thinking about you
Order filled.
and me, in the way that it used to be. I've got the summertime blues, hoping that you might be still holding on to me. I still do think about you in the morning when I'm waking up. Laying in this bed without you's got me lonely and missing your touch. Yeah, you're the only reason I was California dreaming in the first place. Seeing you in sundress seasons got me all up in my feelings for the all days, all day. I've got the summertime blues, thinking about you and me, and the way that it used to be.
Okay, there we go. We're back in the saddle again. Let me turn this music off. Okay, so we just got filled. Let's just make sure that was us. Yep. Oh, it's still working. Oh, come on. So one got filled. The other 5 are still working. So I guess we're not ready yet. Close. Come on. Doesn't want to give it up. It's holding on to it. So there we are right there. We're trying to get 40. It's at 45. 5 more to go. 1 got through. So now we're waiting on the other 5. That should go any second. Come on. There's another signal flickering on. Okay, so there goes the rest of them. Okay, so we got all 6 at 40. Now I'm gonna queue up. Another trade here because we have another signal coming in. So where am I here? Okay. Let's see what we can get here. Okay, so boy, this Thinkorswim is just really like sticky. I don't know what I restarted it. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, we want to say 435. Okay, and we can go to 7 now. We can scale back up to 7. So I'm going to set this at 80 right now. See if we can get filled at 80. Looks like we might. Okay. So we're trying to do 7 now. We're 7 contracts. Trying to get 80. It looks like it's going to give us 80. It's right flickering right at 80. Oh, it's at 85. I'd be surprised if it doesn't give us that. Okay, so there we are. We're in at 80. So this is a double dip. That was just back to back. So let's clear these out of here. So this is the first trade. Let's get rid of those. And I'm going to, right away, I'm going to set my exit order. My profit taking exit order at if we got 80, so we're gonna buy this back at 30. Boy, this thing is just so slow. This Thinkorswim. I don't know. There's some trick. I think we got to get in there and like clear the cache or something. Okay, so 30. So we got filled in this on 80. Entered at 80. So if we buy it back at 30, come on, slow-mo. Look at that. This should totally be showing. It's just like, it's like molasses. Come on. Okay, so I'm just going to set this out. So I'm going to set up this exit, automatic exit profit taking order, create duplicate order, buy back at 30, send it. Go over here and make sure it's working. Okay, so there it is working. Come on back over here. We'll monitor it. I'm going to uncheck that just so I can monitor the live price. So there we go. So we're off and running on this one. And let's see if we can get through this one too, back to back here. All right. So I'm going to go back to our old tired, old boring song. I'm going to, for reals, I'm going to get a new playlist going. I swear. Let's start here. Okay, here we go.
Order filled.
you're the one I'm losing sleep for. And I hope the wrong one slip right through your magic fingers. And I hope we find some way to fall in love like we were. Yeah, you're the only reason I was California dreaming in the first place. Seeing you in sundress seasons got me all up in my feelings for the old days, old days. I've got the summertime blues, thinking about you
Order filled.
and me, in the way that it used to be. I've got the summertime blues, hoping that you might be still holding on to me. I still do think about you in the morning when I'm waking up. Laying in this bed without you's got me lonely and missing your touch. Yeah, you're the only reason I was California dreaming in the first place. Seeing you in sundress seasons got me all up in my feelings for the all day, all day. I've got the summertime blues, thinking about you and me, and the way that it used to be. Ay, I've got the summertime blues, hoping that you might be still holding on to me.
I still do think about you late at night when the sun's going down. Laying in this bed without you feels so different when you're not around. Yeah, you're the only reason I was California dreaming in the first place. And now sundress seasons got me all up in my feelings about the old days.
I've got the summertime blues, thinking of you, thinking of you. Oh, I've got the summertime blues, holding on to you, holding on to you.
Order filled.
Girl, it must be you again. You have gone straight to my head. Take the pills and go to bed, but I'm still hooked on it. Well, you are sacred in a way. I don't know God, but still have faith that He will manifest some way when I am next to you. I asked your father for your hand, but it didn't matter what he said. The thought of you in a white dress, I don't think I can shake it. We'll get a little place upstate, stay till the kids all graduate, and talk of moving every day, but who are we kidding? We made all our memories here, felt our joys and shed our tears. And when the Holy Ghost appears, hope He sends me back a few more years. I'll be buried next to you, the world will keep on turning to. But if I am next to you, I do not care. I do not care.
Order filled.
Entri nella stanza, sono tutti stesi, i loro cuori ti hanno visto e si sono resi. Mi guardo nello specchio e penso, ma come fai? La mente torna indietro al nostro primo incontro, storia, letto fine come in un racconto. Ti dico che sei bella e tu scherzi, ma quando mai? Dove siamo adesso? Un nuoto nei tuoi occhi, la parte migliore di me. In volo sul mondo, amanti nello spazio, un bacio in slow motion sul set. La notte con te si scalda a mille incendi. La tua voce per aprire nuove. passi ma non ti raggiungo. Rallento anche se vorrei volare. Sei calda come un tramonto a luglio. Sei il primo bacio che non puoi scordare. E quando tra di noi la tensione sale, mi basta un tuo sorriso per dimenticare. Non servono parole quando siamo io e te. E dove siamo adesso? Noto nei tuoi occhi la parte migliore di me. E un volo sul mondo, amanti nello spazio, baci in slow motion sul set. E la notte con te si scalda a mille centi. E la tua voce è febbrile in movimenti. E non è mai troppo, non è mai
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
So I'm not sure what that was. I heard a chime, but I don't think for sure it was our trade. Yeah, it was. All right. Well, holy moly. Okay, so we're out of that one at 30. So we made 350 on that. And I'll go ahead and I'll do my Excel sheet now. So let's, I have a couple of trades open I'm trying to watch. And in fact, we may even get another one of these. This is nuts. Let me just set that up just in case. We have another signal flickering on and off on this thing again. So this is back to back to back, maybe. So let's see here. Let's see what this looks like. It's not quite ready, so I'm just going to leave the stage there, and I think it's 7 or maybe 8. So let me just do the Excel sheet real quick on this and see where we at. Okay, so today is February 1st. So we have two. This is the first one we did today. Was we made 300, and the risk was $24.90, and that was 80 minutes. Okay, so that was good on that. And then we scaled up to 7 again. So I'll say scaled up to 7. And on this one, oh yeah, so today is 2/1/24. And this was, we'll call it a double dip. It was the second one for today. This one we made 350. The risk was 29.40. And that one took 40 minutes. So let's see if we can scale up again. How many do we need to go to 8? So say 420 times 8. Wow. 420 times 8 contracts. Okay, so we could do 8 now. Next. So we could do, let's move this down. Let's say there. So I'm going to say scale up to 8 contracts. Okay. And then we'll wait and see. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this recording. Looks like we may get another signal here, and I've been running this for like 2 hours, so I need to switch hard drives real quick. So I'm going to stop this, and maybe we'll be right back. We'll see.